Hello.
How's it going?
How you doing, gentlemen? You all right?
Yeah, very good. How are you?
Yeah, good. So I should have Andrew and Brett here who tells me.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
That's it.
Who's who?
No, I'm Brett.
Nice to meet you, Brett. How are you doing?
Good, man.
You good? Andrew, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you very much.
That beef looks absolutely stunning.
Oh, tell you what, it's still not at the right temperature, so I'm just waiting for it to come up, but I'm still enjoying some of this IPA is amazing. So thank you for sending this. Gorgeous.
I think I heard you saying that kind of that little bit of tanginess at the end really goes well with the barbecue, you were saying.
Yeah, massively. It's like that fruity sort of tang, just with fatty food. Oh, yeah. It goes so well.
Perfect.
What is that why you brewed it with that in mind?
Yeah, well, definitely for food in mind. And both my background and Andrew's background is very food focused and food and drink focused. And we got to, the brewery's been going about 8 years now, and we kind of realized a key thing to who we are personally, but also the company and our approach to beer has always been so food and beer focused that we've never made a beer built and crafted specifically for food, and that's what this beer is. So it's kind of the pinnacle of everything we've done so far.
I mean, when you brew something like this, where do you begin? You say it's food focused. Do you have a specific dish in mind, or a specific like meat or something like that, or how does it work?
I think we've been doing this for 8 years, and we've done a lot of beers that paired really well with food in one way or another. So there's some of our sour beers that are great at cutting through richness and fats and that kind of thing. There's some of our hoppy beers where the bitterness works well in conjunction with flavors. There's beers that work with spices, etc., etc. It's kind of been taking a lot of those learnings over the years and then going, actually, can we make a beer that's a really good all-rounder with lots of different flavors and lots of different styles of food?
Yeah.
We're based on a cheese dairy where they make one of the very best cheddars in the world, and in a way we kind of wanted to have a beer that sort of did that cheese justice.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like we started backwards, if you like, and with this it was a question of choosing a blend of yeasts that would come together really well to serve several different purposes. It was getting some hops that would work in conjunction with that. It was choosing malts that were going to let other things shine. It was all about kind of each decision of the recipe had an aspect of something that would work with food in one way or another.
Amazing.
And then there's been lots of shitloads of tasting food, tasting beer, going to, you know.
Yeah. Oh, what a terrible job. Where do I apply? Like,
oh no, it's awful. It's awful.
Am I right in thinking as well, you brew your beer in old whiskey and wine barrels? Is that? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a good portion of what we make we age in these barrels. We have about 500 of them, and Wild IPA isn't aged in the barrels, but a number of the other beers that we do, and we find that almost all of it is a mixed fermentation, and the oak and the fermentation gives the depth of character and flavor to the beers.
I mean, I tried your modus operandi the other day, and that was, yeah, that's something special. It's almost like, to say it is a beer is, I don't know if that does it justice. It's incredible. It's like so fruity, and oh yeah, that's a great beer.
That was a beer that kind of started the brewery off in many ways. Like the concept behind that beer was to put a single beer into 2 different types of barrels with yeasts that would work well for a long time and slowly mature and bring out different flavors and character over time.
Right, okay.
So that is aged in both bourbon barrels and red wine barrels. Cool. And then we might, of the 500 barrels we have, something around 100 of those will have modus operandi in. So when we're bringing together a blend, we kind of talk about it a bit like putting an orchestra together. So we don't just choose our 20 favorite barrels and go, here you go, there's 20 best, off we go. It's like, have we got things that play the bass notes? Have we got a few acidic, fruity barrels that play the high notes? And then there's always like 1 or 2 barrels in there that kind of like smashing a cymbal next to your face, which on its own is a terrible thing. But when it's a nuance amongst all the other things, it like takes the beer to another level. And so with that beer, it's all about this kind of blend of bringing these different characters in there. So you get layers of flavor, a lot of fruitiness, but a background of oak and a background of vanilla and spice and all those kind of aspects to it as well.
It's so true. One of my other favourite beers you do is I can't even pronounce it, the Tapache, the pineapple. The pineapple beer. Oh, I love pineapple. And pineapple with barbecue goes so well, especially like fatty beef. But that is like, you get hit of pineapple, then you get a little bit of spice, and it just works on so many levels. But, you know, I've given it to some people, and they're like, oh, you know, it's not for some people, but it's incredible.
So I find Wild IPA is the best beer for all around different cuisines. Yeah. But I personally find the Tapache has always been my favorite with barbecue. So like that kind of charred meat, the smoke, whether it's charcoal or grill, or gas even. It just pairs so well. The spice isn't too much, but it's just enough to accent whatever kind of rub or other character you got going on. That Tapache is amazing. Yeah, great bit.
We
sorry, go on.
Sorry, earlier in the summer we did an event with some goat with Cabrito, who run a annual goat promotion month called Goattober, which is just starting now for the month ahead, and we're doing some stuff with them. But the pineapple with goat curry that you made was just absolutely amazing. The Tapache in the curry and then with it as well was just amazing.
I'll have to try that then, because I like a bit of goat. The old we used to like do goat curry, spice goat curry, so that maybe. I was going to say you've branched out into the barbecue sort of arena with your own barbecue sauce and wood chips as well, haven't you?
Yeah. So those wood chips are actually chipped up barrels from here. So used barrels that we don't use anymore. We've chipped those up, and now so you can drink some of our beer that is aged in the barrel, and then cheers up.
So we just had Ben Forte comment. He's a big fan of your beers. I think he cooked for you, didn't he, once as well?
I didn't catch who that was on it. Oh, it was a bit okay.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to doing a few things with Ben later on. We've been talking about a few projects together. So there's some good stuff there. I've got a Kamado J, so I'm always absolutely. I've been loving it. I got the Joe Tisserie quite recently, so just been trying tons of stuff on that. Loving it.
It's the best attachment they do, the Joe Tisserie. You can do so much with it. It's one of the best things they do.
I actually want to try a rib of beef on there, so that's on my.
For our Christmas demo, we did a rib of beef. I think a 3-bone. It was amazing. The colour, especially if you use the big block charcoal, the colour it picks up was like this, basically the same as you can. The meat was that colour. It was incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So, Jack, can you talk us through all the different barbecue bits of kit you got behind you? Because I'm already really envious of different bits that you've got.
Right.
What's going on there?
So I've got a Traeger Timberline 850. I've got a Kamado Joe Classic 3. That's a pizza oven under there. I've got a Weber Summit charcoal here. I've got a Napoleon gas grill.
Yeah.
Over there's a Weber gas grill as well. So yeah, I'm pretty covered when it comes to barbecues. So if you're ever in East London, you want to pop round, as long as you bring some beer, you can come and play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll definitely line that up.
definitely. Yeah.
That's it. Easy. So it said you're a chef as well. So not just a barbecue enthusiast in your back garden.
Well, I hate to label myself a chef because I'm not trained at all. But yeah, I'm basically like backyard enthusiast who through Instagram has sort of got a little bit of a following, and yeah, people seem to like what I do. But you know, I'm no Gordon Ramsay when it comes to cooking. But yeah, when it comes to meat, I like to think I've got a good grip of what you do with a nice piece of meat to make it shine. And a bit like yourselves, it's really the base ingredients that you have to sort of look after. So a good piece of beef or a good piece of lamb or pork or whatever, it's the raising, the farming and the butchery that really makes that piece of meat shine. So then when you get it, it's your job to do it justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely understand that.
Yeah. So obviously, and make sure you drink a nice beer with it as well. So yeah, bit of wild beer company. I've got your Quantic as well to try, so I've got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried the barbecue sauce yet?
Yes, I did. I did beef ribs with it, so I glazed the beef ribs with that. Really, really good sauce, and I like that the Millionaire, the stout. That's a really nice stout.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're chuffed with the sauce. It's come out really nice. It's got enough of that little bit of the stout there. There's plenty of spice, plenty going on. Not too sweet. We didn't want it to be too sweet.
And it's not too thick as well. That's what I quite like about it. Some barbecue sauces are really thick, but this is nice and light. So it brushed over the ribs really nicely, and it gave an amazing bark. The bark was on that mirror. It was beautiful.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna have to try that. I haven't had it on a beef rib yet.
Oh yeah, it's good. Really good.
I did some on a rotisserie chicken the other week. That was fantastic.
But yeah, I've still got some left, so I might actually do a rotisserie chicken with that on it. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Cool. We're getting some love for Millionaire in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Good job. That beer is we kind of created that beer in one day. In one day, we kind of conceptualized it. I kind of worked on the recipe. Andrew worked on like all the branding and all the character for it. And then as a team, we sourced everything. And basically the next week, all the ingredients showed up. We brewed it, and it's been so well received that it kind of captures our imagination and everybody's imagination really well. It's been a great beer.
But that is your whole range of beers, isn't it? Everything you do, I look at it and think the thought that must have gone into producing this is incredible, because it's not just, like one ingredient. There's like about 4 different ingredients, and they've all got to sort of marry up. Otherwise, it couldn't work, could it? Like a pineapple beer. You think, but it works on so many levels. So hats off, guys. Really, really great beers.
Thank you. I think it's a lot of that comes from the fact that we've always been involved in food. So it's about kind of, if you understand flavour and you like cooking, you like making stuff, kind of you can follow that through. And that's been a lot of the way that we've approached our beers. It's not just been like, can we make some beer? It's been, can we bring what flavour do we want? Almost working backwards from a flavour finishing point. Never really been about making beer styles. It's always been about flavour and taste and character rather than kind of going the other way around.
What are you working on next? What's the next wild beer company beer that's coming out?
I think one of the most exciting beers we're bringing out before Christmas is a beer, we're calling it Cool Ship Grape. And that was basically, we have some shallow sort of big trays that we do a wild inoculation in. In Belgian beer terms, it's making Lambic. And this is our kind of take on that. We do a release each year called Cool Ship, which is just aging the beer that's been inoculated like that over a period of time, and then doing a release. And then last year we got loads of grapes from local vineyards when they had sort of a bumper crop, and we foot stomped them in our cool ships. Got both juice and used juice in one project, used the skins in another project, and this sort of amalgamation of all these things coming together is this wild fermented beer, this grape juice fermented beer, bringing them together with a really unique and different project that's just tasting amazing. It's kind of like a hybrid between a wine and a beer. It's very cool.
Amazing. Sign me up. Sign me up.
And then there's a couple of big stouts on the way that have been aging in barrels for quite a while. One called Winey Beast and the other called Babs. They're both on the way in November time. And then next week, actually, we've got 2 new can beers on the way. One is a lemon IPA, and one is like a bit amped up version of our Pogo beer. So Pogo Squared, we're calling it.
The Pogo is is it the passion fruit one or the mango?
Yeah, passion fruit. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So doubled the fruit, like amped up the hops by crazy amounts, and yeah, those 2 beers are going to be big flavors, big taste. Really excited about bringing those out.
All this is music to my ears. So yeah, brilliant.
We'll make sure we get some head in your direction.
I was going to say, yeah, if you ever need a tester or a taster, I'm free all the time. But yeah, as I said, if you're ever in London, just feel free, come down. We can have a little play on all the machines.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, but thank you so much for today. And you know, obviously you spoke to Hilary last time. We had issues with Instagram. Just deleted the episode, but yeah, it means we get to do this again. So thank you very much. And yeah,
no worries. Thank you, Jack.
No worries.
Take it easy.
I'll see you both soon, hopefully. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye bye.